Oh yeah! Hi guys, thanks so much for watching another video. We're here at Music Junction in Camberwell. My name is Ryan. We're here with the wonderful Dr. Ric Wong. Thanks Doc, thanks so much for coming.
Mate, my pleasure. Any excuse to break out the old Telecasters?
Well, we're here to talk about teles. We're here to change your life. Well, look, Rick and I, we met 11 years ago, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think we bonded by our love of teles. So that's Rick's, can you tell us a little bit about your
guitar? So this is a 52 Tele Relic reissue that I bought several years ago. In so many ways, Leo got it right back in, was 1951, I guess, when this sort of basic design came out as the Esquire. And has very little has changed in this sort of model. It's just a basic slab body of lightweight ash and a bolt-on maple neck, and so many of the decisions that he made just on sort of economies of production and availability of materials, but he just happened to land right on the right formula. So this has just been my ideal sort of working man's guitar for so many years. And so we both, I guess, just have a love for these things. You can just get so many tones out of them. They're really sort of versatile. Obviously they can do country, but they can do blues, rock and roll, jazz. Even there's some great jazz players who play them. And
Ted Green uses.
Yeah, that's right. I saw some photos of him. And I just think, if you can't get, the tones that you're looking for out of a Tele, then, you probably just aren't trying hard enough. It's just such a great guitar.
I'll pick up a ukulele and play that instead.
My word. Or an accordion. There's a whole bunch of them upstairs.
There is a whole bunch upstairs. Well, this, it's a funny story. This is a guitar that used to belong to Rick.
Yeah.
This is the Junkyard. This is a custom shop Junkyard. And this is a limited edition, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't really know the history of this guitar. Could you shed some light?
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess I've always been partial to the black guard Tele. I just love that look, and when I think of Telecasters, I often do think of the butterscotch body and the black guard maple neck. And I just saw this one online a few years ago, and I just thought, it ticks all the boxes that I like. It's got a huge neck. I think that's one of the biggest necks you'll find. It's a big, deep U, but with a 9.5-inch radius and 9105 fret. So just there's enough fret to really get a hold of, and the flatter radius, so it doesn't fret out. And it's light too. So many of these Fender Custom Shop ash bodies, it's ridiculously light.
Is yours light?
Yeah. I think that one's even lighter. It's
really?
Crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's some of the ash that you find on the Japanese guitars from the 70s that look right, but they're really heavy, and I believe it's from where they take the ash on the tree in terms of the mineral content, etc. But there are some ash guitars floating around that are real boat anchors, but these happen to be just really light and fantastic. And I guess I've never subscribed to the heavy guitar means more sustain, etc. I just think heavy guitar just means sore shoulder after a gig. So I saw that online, and I went around to the seller's place and plugged it in, played 3 chords, and said, "Wrap it up, I'll take it." I've done a little bit to it. It's got a Glendale bridge plate
Bridge,
and
yeah.
Glendale saddles on it. It's got the twangy stainless steel saddle on the low E and A strings just for a bit of extra snap, and just the typical classic brass saddles for the rest. And the pickups in that I actually upgraded. It came with Lola, custom wound Lola pickups, and I actually changed them to pickups from a guy called Pete Florence, who makes Voodoo. I think they're called Voodoo pickups. Unfortunately, Pete passed away a couple of years ago, but it's just a classic 52 Tele bridge pickup with a little bit of overwind, and the neck is called I think it's called a Longhorn. It's got I believe it's got the magnets from a Fender jazz bass pickup in it, so it's a bigger pickup.
Wow.
I just like Tele neck pickups that sound a bit like a Strat neck pickup. So a bit of chirp. A lot of the sort of older Tele pickups sound quite rolled off in the top, and they say that it's the metallic cover on the pickup that rolls off a lot of top. So you'll see some players have the pickup cover off, but I just think it looks a bit funny for a Tele. So you'll find that one's very much like a slightly overwound Strat neck pickup. Yeah. It just means that the in-between position sounds really funky because it's got lots of tops in it.
This one definitely. I remember seeing you this at gigs, and this was the guitar that you always played, and it's weird because it was actually a YouTube video that you put up of you playing this through a Two Rock Crystal.
Oh yes.
I think you went down to the store to try it out, and you guys filmed it, and it just that video blew my mind. I just thought this is the best sounding Tele I've ever heard. And was it shortly you bought that one? Yeah,
well, I was just going past a Fender Custom Shop dealer, and as I said, there's a few guitars for me that are kryptonite. One being a Fiesta Red Strat, but the other one being a butterscotch Blackguard. And so I just saw it, and again, it's. I mean, I've made a career out of buying the same guitar over and over again. So it's basically a lightweight ash body, big neck, probably not quite as deep as that one. That's just kind of ridiculous. And it just had that sort of snap and bark, and just you can get a whole lot of tones out of them. So I just knew that I couldn't leave the store without it. So that's just my weakness for Blackguards, and I'm glad that's in the family. So I know absolutely. Where it is, and I know where you live too. So.
Well, I've always said if something were to happen to me, this one's going to you.
Yeah,
he's going to cut my brakes.
I'll miss you, mate. I'll definitely miss you. But
well, I remember. So I remember asking you to sell this to me. I can't remember why. Or maybe we had talked about you potentially selling this, and I had said, please sell it to me, and then you said no. And I think it was a year or two later that you bought that, and then you were like, I might sell this now. And I took it off your hands. But I've got 3 other Teles from Custom Shop, and this is my favorite by far. How it sounds, and the neck, and how light it is, like you said.
It's certainly, it's got that mojo, and that's, I guess, part of the mystique of guitars out of the Fender Custom Shop. I'm convinced. Sure, you get the occasional one that's you think, that's possibly not awesome, but very few. They really are. I just think they put a lot of love in it. And, this one's a limited edition, out of the Custom Shop as well. So, I think they're put together with a little bit of extra love and the magic sauce that just makes them. I mean, they just sound good. Sure, relicking is, you'll disappear into that wormhole in the internet, but it just feels good, and I really, if it doesn't float your boat, then that's fine. But it just feels good and feels broken in, and so much of our connection with the instrument is how it feels in our hand and how it sounds. Exactly.
I like the fact that we did a shootout with Marcel, which you guys would have watched, and we had a real vintage 64 against 2 of the shops, Custom Shop 64s, and I got everything wrong. I chose all the wrong guitars when we did the blind test.
Yeah.
And you know, Marcel, I think he got one right, but he sort of mixed up the. But
yes.
it just shows me that they're just great guitars.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was having this discussion with a friend, and we were talking about how, I guess in the past, you would look at, you know, before the vintage craze came about in maybe the 80s or 70s, before they got crazy expensive.
Yeah, in the 80s, I reckon. Yeah.
It was, I would imagine that people would talk about vintage guitars like the way we're talking about custom shops now. They've become the new vintage, if that even makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
And and it's just crazy because we've had a few Teles come to the shop, and they're great.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Marcel playing the green one that we have up on the wall, and he loved that one.
Yeah.
And even the Paisley sounds good. So, look, I think what we might do later is we might do a shootout if you're keen.
Well, yeah, look, I tell you what, I'm prepared for my credibility, which is slightly dodgy at the best of times, to be absolutely shredded by that, because I watched both of your double blind, your blind tests, and I was thinking, man, I'm glad I'm watching this and not actually in the room. Look, probably the one drawback of a blind test is that it's your connection to the guitar, and we all sort of play differently, so the tone comes from the hands and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But so I have seen other blinds where they actually have a blindfold on you, and you play the guitar. But sometimes I think you're kind of feeling around to find any cues. So it's difficult. But look, it just shows you that they're great sounding guitars, and so Mars couldn't pick your real original 64
and the blue one
from the blue one up there.
The blue one up there, yeah.
And they did sound very similar. I think he got the red one because that had the Texas specials, so it's a bit sort of thicker through the mids. But I mean, it's incredible that a custom shop could sound basically the same as a real 64.
Absolutely, and I think we were talking about. I was talking to another friend and we were just talking about how crazy expensive they've become.
Yeah.
I think a Strat, goes from anywhere, like a pre-CVS one goes from like 15 to 50,000.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's crazy amount of money. Whereas, you can come to a store, pick up these ones, and they're gonna sound great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't think I've played one that I didn't like.
No, look, I can't remember either. I guess we don't sort of particularly buy them as investments. I like to play them. I guess the real investors kind of put them in a glass case of emulsion and just sort of look at them on the wall. But I guess I like to play them. If I spent 50 grand on an instrument, I'd probably be pretty toey about taking it to the divey gigs that I play. Absolutely. But it's great to know that that Fender are putting out just amazing sounding guitars that just sound great, and you just capture that vintage sound and feel. Absolutely. Yeah. So absolutely. That's great.
And so we just talked about relicking, and I know that's a wormhole that some people don't they don't believe in that, but I like relicking, and I know you do as well.
Yeah, I've got no issue with it. I guess I've said this many times before that I think when Fender first presented a replica Telecaster to Keith Richards, it wasn't relicked. Yeah. And he played it and he said, "That's great, but I don't expect me to play it. You got to bang it up a bit." Yeah, yeah. And I really do think if it's okay for Keith, then who are we to say? Exactly. Yeah, I know they say they're made for doctors and dentists and lawyers, but you know what? It's okay, and they do that sort of thing as well.
That's cool.
But it just again, it feels great, and it's a psychology of playing an instrument and your connection with it. And if I'm so shallow that it needs this sort of thing, well, guilty. But play them. If you don't like them, put them down. Buy whatever you want. But I love this. When I look at it, I just think, yeah, that's great, and it just feels good and puts you in the right sort of headspace to really sort of have at it. So And none of the guitars that I've got from you that aren't Relic will ever look or feel like this because of, I guess, modern finishes just don't do this sort of thing. Yeah, look, I love this guitar. If you play something in it and you make a connection with it, then yeah, if you're lucky enough to make it yours, then very good luck to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well, like, you know, having something that's relicked. I know we laugh at it and think that somebody's just banging it up, and in a lot of ways, yeah. But as well, somebody has that in his hand, his or her hand, and they're relicking it, but they're also feeling it while they're doing it, I'm sure. And
yeah, absolutely.
and that's why every time I play a Relic guitar, it just feels, like you said, worn in, and it just feels good. It just feels really nice to play, because I don't think, you know, they're just hooking it up to the back of the truck and just dragging it on the road,
No,
which I've done.
Yeah, yes, for sure. And again, it looks different, but
Yeah.
So no, but at the end of the day, it's about the sound of it, your connection with it, and
Absolutely.
and the rest is up to you.
Yeah. Let's cycle through some sounds so we can hear how your sound and then maybe mine.
Yeah.
Just the neck
Absolutely.
and in between.
So I'll just turn off the drive. So I'm just going straight into a Fender Princeton reissue, and yeah, this is the bridge sound. So twangy as you like. This is the bridge and middle sound. Okay, and the neck. So it's just got that nice, for me it's like a Strat sort of pickup, and just a little bit of overdrive on it, and again we'll start on the neck pickup. That bite, but also just a bit of muscle to it. A Tele bridge pickup sounds different from a Strat bridge pickup, and some would say it's due to the pickup being mounted in the bridge plate or whatever, but it just seems to have a sort of more steely, muscular sound. It's a bit less sort of, which is a bit less sort of piercing in the tops.
Yeah. Before we go on to mine, we just heard Dr. Ric playing clean without the drive. But during a gig, that's not how you would use it, isn't it?
No, I'd probably have the drive on and just turn the volume down.
Can we just hear that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'll just tune up. Yeah, so during a gig, I'd have an overdrive on and just have the volume roll down for a cleanish sort of rhythm tone. And then for a solo, just roll up the volume. Same with the neck. And then turn it up for a solo.
Damn, that's nice.
It's all right.
Yeah.
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 That's the business.
I think that we've had that discussion before, like when we're talking about, because I guess you would think when you're playing clean, just turn off the drive, and when you need the overdrive, just turn on the drive. But that's not how I use it anymore, because I think having a drive pedal on and just backing off just has a bit more sparkles, more mojo.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's probably a little bit of compression because playing really dead clean is it's pretty revealing. So unless you have Guthrie Govern or something, so it just sort of smooths it over nicely.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a compromise at all, because especially when you've got good quality pickups and pots and that sort of thing, you don't lose that top end. It just sort of stays in there, and it just means that you spend less time tap dancing, and more time just sort of rolling the volume control. Yeah, it's great.
And is yours? Am I right to say that yours has 50's wiring in your telly?
Yeah,
I would say that, and which I actually love for doing that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It just whatever is in the 50's wiring, they just sort of got it right in terms of it. There must be some sort of capacitance thing that stays in it. Doesn't get all muffled. Yeah, it's great.
I'm going to cycle through my sounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just hear it. Okay, so this is straight clean, no effects on, maybe just my delay. This is the in-between. Well, and forgive me, the reason I'm doing it so quickly is because that's not how I use it at all. I would normally have some sort of treble booster, which we've spoken about. Yeah. And I'll just, run my, just volume. It's just, that's my volume on half. Yeah. And so much. So this is the neck. In between. And bridge. So just with a little bit of drive, this is a tube screamer type. Neck. In between. Yeah, that's exactly how I would, use my.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Wood talked about that in private conversations about running like a treble booster.
Yeah.
And recently you got yourself one
absolutely.
as well, right?
Yeah. I got a. It's made by Drybell Effects. It's called the Engine.
Yeah.
So it's got an old Marshall Plexi overdrive on one side, and a treble booster on the other side, based on their Unit 67. And it just sort of, I guess I always thought treble booster, what do you want? But it really does give it that sort of voicey sound that cuts through a mix, and I think just sort of, it just sets up a real interaction between the guitar and the amp. Yeah. So it probably encourages a bit of feedback or whatever, but it's just a great it's a great rock and roll sort of sound. I love it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
exciting
it's cool.
sort of sound.
Yeah. How do you feel about doing a shootout?
Yeah, look, I've put on my big boy pants, so I'm ready to, as I said, have my credibility shredded.
Yeah.
But very happy to have
Okay,
this.
cool. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle some things around, and we'll be just playing through to Princeton. I'll get Dr. Rick to turn around,
Yep.
and I'll play, and then you try and guess which one.
Okay.
So let's talk about what guitars we're going to use today. So we're going to use both these guitars. I guess our 50's, so style guitars. We got one that's a 61, so that's our 60's style guitar, and then we've got a 68 Paisley, which is our late 60's one.
Yep.
And then we've actually got an Esquire, but it's a thin line Esquire. So it's quite different. Even the way the pickup is faced.
That's right. It's reverse.
It's reverse, yeah.
slanted, yeah.
So let's see if we can tell the difference. Let's see if you guys can tell the difference.
Yep.
All right. So we'll do some swapping around. We'll be right back. Okay, cool. So we're back. We've got 5 Teles here, all from Custom Shop.
Yeah.
I'll play maybe just on the neck pickup, just so you can hear all 5 of them.
Yep.
And then we'll do the blind test.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
is
not?
that cool?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So. That's mine. The Junkyard. Let's grab your one. Okay, this one's Dr. Rick's. Neck feels so good on this one.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's so nice.
Well, I already can't pick them, so. Shit.
It's funny. When you play it, you'll be able to.
Yeah.
It's weird. Okay, so we've got the 61. So nice, limited edition, smaller neck. Okay. I'll get the Paisley. So Paisley is a 68.
Mate, I'm so cooked already.
Yeah, they're all good, huh?
Yeah.
Last one is a thin line Esquire. Are you ready?
I was ready to let it be.
Okay, I tell you what. Let's do this, right? Let's make it a little bit easier. Let's go 3 guitars. The 50's,
Yeah.
the
That's right.
the 61, and then
Yep.
the 68.
Yep.
And then we'll do all 5.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. Death or glory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if you want to turn around, Doc, guitar number 1 is this bad boy. Okay, guitar number 1. Okay.
Yep.
Guitar number 2. And last but not least, guitar number 3. Oh. Which one do you want to hear again?
Okay. Can I hear number 1 again?
Yeah. Oh,
Got a.
number 1. Almost forgot there. Okay, number 1. Yeah?
All right.
Which one do you want to hear next?
No, I think I've heard enough.
Okay, so you can turn around. What do you think is... Okay, so before you tell us what you thought was what
Yeah.
was your favorite one?
I thought that the first one was slightly mellower than the other two,
Yeah.
but I like bit of snap.
Yeah.
I mean, folks, they all sound phenomenal. They sound
Yeah,
great.
so good.
If I was at a gig and I heard that
Yeah.
any of those sounds, I would just go, that is a great sound.
Yeah.
But I just thought number 1 was a little bit more mellow than the other two.
Okay.
But I think I like the second one the most, but just by a whisker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them all, but I think the second one.
Second
me,
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which one do you think is what? Which one is yours? Do you think is yours?
I think the second one's mine, but it could be the first or the third. No, I think mine's either the second or the third one.
Okay. So after that, what's your favorite?
I think I like the first one after that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then the third, but it's
Yeah.
like a dead heat.
Like a hair.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know what?
Yep.
Well, you picked yours
Did I?
as your favorite. Number 2?
Right. Yeah.
That's that. He got it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then number 1 was the green,
Oh right.
which was the next one. You
yeah.
liked.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
slightly mellower,
Yeah.
but love them all. And
Yeah.
what was number 3?
Number 3 is the Paisley.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. When I played the Paisley the other day, I just thought, yeah, that's kind of even for me, that was a little bit slightly ice picky, I suppose.
Yeah. Right.
But that was a great sound.
You know what's crazy? Like playing them, I can tell they're quite different, and you'll probably have the same thing.
Yeah.
When I was playing them, I can hear and feel the difference because of the way it's reacting to my playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just listening to them, I'm going like, whoa, it's really hard. Do you want to do this? And I'll turn around now.
Yeah.
So same 3
Yeah.
guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
make the switch.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, we're back, and Dr. Rick, you're gonna play. And
Yep.
I'm gonna try and guess which one's what.
Yes. So assume the position. Okay. I'm just going to fire up number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. This is number 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 1.
Wow. That's so good.
Okay. This is number 2.
Whoa.
That's 2. And number 3.
Oh, geez.
Number 3.
Can you play number 1 again, please?
Why, certainly.
Ah. Wow. Okay. Cool. Okay. I think I know which one I like.
You know which one you like?
All right. Just tell me when I can turn around.
Yep. you turn
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, geez, that was not easy.
No.
It's not easy, but because I've played them before, I think I know which one, but I've been wrong before, so I'll probably be wrong again.
Yeah.
My favorite is
Yep.
number 3.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then followed by 1, and then 2. But like you said, just tiny little bit. And it's actually not that I think one's better sounding than the other. It's just that I think my personal preference
Yeah.
is number 3.
Yeah.
And then I think 1. But 2 was great. 2 was really mellow. So let me hazard a guess. Number 1 is the Paisley, I think. Number 3 is the 61, and 2 is yours.
Ooh.
How did I do?
You did exactly reverse order. Number 1
Yeah.
is mine.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yep. Number 2 is the 61.
Yeah.
And your favourite one? Paisley.
Paisley.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely. Oops. Oh dear. How do I do that? You know what? I'll just leave it. Yeah.
Wow.
How's that?
How did you do that,
How
Doc?
did I do that? That's
Oh, yeah.
insane. We need to check the tape. I couldn't have done that if I tried. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so basically it was, it was just across there. 1, 2,
Whoa.
3. Yeah.
You know what's funny? When I played it, I was like, the Paisley sounds way more aggressive.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't think I liked that. I actually thought my favorite was between yours and the 61.
Yeah.
And
But you did say this one sounds mellow. You
Yeah,
said it
yeah,
sounded
yeah.
mellower. So, which I don't know if it's, is it the old rosewood versus maple
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Can
Yeah,
people
you
hear
go.
that?
Yeah.
That's a thing, right, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
If you don't think it is, don't leave a comment. Just keep on moving.
Ship
no.
out.
No. I personally think
Yeah.
there's got to be a difference. But oh man, I was not expecting that.
No.
I did not think I would pick the Paisley. But there you go.
Yeah.
And
Pretty wild.
yeah, crazy. All right, let's shake it up. Let's do 3 guitars again.
Yeah.
But we're not going to tell each other which one we're using,
Wow.
right? And then we're just going to say what we think the 3 are.
Okay.
I'll go first.
No worries.
You want? Oh, sorry. I'll go first. You play.
Okay.
Any 3 of those 5,
Okay. No worries.
and yeah, we'll see. We'll see
Okay.
how we go.
And we'll just start on the neck pickup?
No. Okay. Yeah, we'll open it up because we might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just anything goes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything goes. All right. Okay.
1,
Any three.
Oh man, Paisley. Looks like I gotta buy a Paisley now.
Paisley.
Paisley.
Okay. So, number one. That's number one.
I think it's the hollow body, but we'll see. The thin line, I mean.
Okay. Okay. Number two. Number two.
Jeez.
Right. And number three coming up.
Wow.
That's savage.
Okay. All right, tell me when I can turn around.
Yep, you can turn around.
Where's the, I think the last one, number three, is either the 61 or the 68. And I think number one might be the thin line.
Okay. Yep.
And number two might be mine.
I've got them more or less in order. So number one was yours.
Number one's mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number one was yours.
Number one's mine. Wow.
Yeah. Number two was the Esquire.
Oh, okay. So I got, yep.
Yeah, and number three was the 61.
61.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you guys why I thought that, right? I think, because mine, I know the sound of my guitar, and I think it's not as gainy and quite a bit open. That's why I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think the Esquire sounds like that. And I kind of could tell the last one, you know, being either the 61 or the 68 because it's a lot more compressed.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're getting used to that green one.
Yeah.
Having said that, I just set myself up for fail.
Well, okay, so you picked the right one before.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can do it with 5 guitars.
Oh my goody aunt.
We're right back. Okay, we're back. This is number one. Number one. Okay.
Wow.
Do you want me to do that again? Or either
No, all good.
Okay. Number two. What a great guitar.
Oh boy.
Number three. Number three. Sorry, I got to tune it up. Okay, buckle up.
All right.
Okay, number 3. Sorry, I'll go again. Number 3. Okay, number 3. Number 3. Okay, are there any you want me to play again?
No.
No, okay. All right, turn around. Turn around. What do you think?
I think you played the same guitar 3 times. Am I right?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, so what was your favorite?
I think I like the second one the best.
Right.
Just, sorry. And yeah, the third one,
Yeah.
it sounded a little sort of rolled off. And I will say this now, when you were tuning it, I thought, oh, that must be Ryan's guitar because it's out of tune. But that could be just him being smart. But I did think it sounded a little bit more rolled off than I would expect for that sort of snappy old 50s sound.
Yeah.
So I like the second one the best.
Second one best.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second one was your guitar. Again, you picked it. I must have gave it away. The first one was the Paisley.
Yeah.
Paisley.
Yeah.
And the third one,
Yeah.
I pulled a sneaky on you.
Yes, I thought you would have.
And it's a Vintera.
Yeah, wow, okay, cool.
I could tell a difference. You could tell the difference for sure, but it's in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Right? Would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it didn't sound terrible by
It
any
didn't sound,
stretch.
yeah, exactly. It wasn't like a night and day going like, oh, whoa, what was that?
Yeah, so it was, it said, the tuning thing definitely threw me off.
Yeah.
But then I thought, it doesn't sound as snappy as that one.
Yeah.
As your guitar.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It is. I mean, Telecasters, they're dirt simple, but
Yeah.
they're a great guitar. I'm absolutely falling in love. I'll be honest, folks, I haven't actually played my Tele for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I've been stuck in this sort of
Les Paul
thing,
Yeah,
but
you have.
I've certainly fallen back in love. That's for sure. Yeah.
Man, that's cool. Thanks so much for doing this, Doc.
No worries at all. That was. It's like that perennial nightmare you have about going to the supermarket with no clothes on. Nightmare for everyone else. But it's good to sort of to listen to it and put your ears to the test, and you're choosing from a whole bunch of really great guitars. So it's really just splitting hairs, but it's interesting. They all have just very slight differences, but all good.
And I think it's really cool that we've talked about how the Tele's a really simple guitar. 2 pickups,
Yeah.
It's essentially a plank.
It is.
And but they've got, a lot of, I could tell a lot of differences. Really subtle differences, but all of them are great.
Yeah.
And it's really just what you like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us in the comments what you thought was what, do the blind tests.
Yeah.
And yeah,
absolutely.
it's cool. That was fun.
Yeah, it was good fun. It was scary. I'm glad you didn't have a Hello Kitty because I was just spat the dummy.
I should have. Do we have? No, we don't have one.
No, not at
But
all.
hey, thanks so much for doing this, Doc, and thanks so much for watching.
My pleasure.
Give us a like if you like the video and a subscribe.
Great.
And we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Good on you. Cheers.